myself Himanshu Chauhan. Today I am here to present you the world's first generator having both stator and rotor winding rotating. Index. First, we will see the introduction with the help of question and answers. Second, we will see the working and construction of modified generator with the help of diagram and prototype. And at the end, we will see the working model. This is the world's first generator having both field winding and armature winding rotating. The main benefit of this is the efficiency of generator increases in the range of 7 to 10%. And second, the output voltage increases by 50 to 70%. Let me guess, the first question that you might be getting in your mind is, how is it possible to rotate both stator and rotor part together? By placing the shaft on the stand by use of bearings and similarly placing the stator part on the shaft, making it free to rotate. Second, how does rotating both stator part and rotor part affect electricity production? By rotating both parts together in opposite direction to each other, the rate of change of flux increases, due to which the output voltage increases. Third, how is this opposite rotation possible? By the use of gear transmission system, making the rotor to rotate in clockwise direction and stator to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. Fourth, what is the best speed of rotation of both parts? Maximum increase in output voltage is when both stator part and rotor part rotate at the same speed. Fifth, how is generated electricity brought to the terminal box? By adding external slip rings on the rotating stator, electricity is brought to the terminal box. Question 6. How is mechanical power provided to the generator? There are two methods of providing mechanical power to the generator. First, by connecting the primary mover to the connecting gear in simple gear transmission system, and second is by connecting the primary mover directly to the shaft when we use complex gear transmission system. Question 7. Which electricity is produced, AC or DC? Same as normal generator, when we use internal slip rings, alternating current is produced, and when we use internal commutator, direct current is produced. Question 8. But how will the efficiency increase? Before that, we have to know the benefit of increase in output voltage. To understand how the modification is done, let us take a DC shunt generator for modification. As you can see the diagram, DC shunt generator consists of shunt field, also called as field winding, connected parallelly to rotor winding, also called as armature winding, which is then directly connected to the load. Now let's see the modification. An external casing is used for protection. The shaft is placed on 2A type stand with the use of bearings, which makes the rotor part free to rotate. Similarly, the stator part is placed on shaft with the use of bearings, which is also free to rotate. One side gear transmission is being used, which makes the stator part to rotate in opposite direction of the rotor part. and on the other side, external slip rings connected to the stator part are being used in order to get the electricity from stator part to the terminal box with the use of brushes. As you can see the prototype, side view, top view and front view. As we know, the EMF equation for a generator is P phi Zn divided by 68. Now, for modified generator, let us take one alternator having stator part rotating and rotor part stationary, and another generator having rotor part rotating and stator part stationary. Both alternator and generator are of same size, construction and working at same speed. When both alternator and generator are merged up together, the rotor part will be rotating in clockwise direction and stator part will be rotating in anti-clockwise direction. With the use of gear transmission system, the input power will be sum of input powers in alternator and generator, and similarly the output voltage will be the sum of output voltage of both alternator and generator. Means the output voltage of modified generator will be twice of output voltage of alternator or generator. But this can be only in ideal condition. So we just take minimum increase in output voltage by 50 to 70%. For example, let us consider a normal generator of 220 volts, and after modification the output voltage becomes 440 volts. And as we know, the losses in generator like hysteresis losses, eddy current losses, iron losses, copper losses, etc. depend on size of generator. Now, if we want to generate 440 volts, we require two normal generator of 220 volts. So, here we have two losses for generator. But for modified generator having same size and material, we have only one losses. Therefore, considering 85% efficiency of normal generator, the efficiency will increase by 7.5% by modifying the generator. This is approximate theoretical value. This is how the efficiency of generator increases. Question 9. How is this beneficial to company? More consumers will buy these generators as these generators are more efficient. Question 10. How will company get benefit? As normal side modified generator will produce 440 volts, but the consumer needs 220 volts. So we decrease the size of modified generator approximately half to get 220 volts. The material required becomes half. So the cost of manufacturing decreases and manufacturing becomes easy and fast. Selling the new small size modified generator at the same cost of normal generator will create benefit for company. Now let us see the working model of modified generator. I tried to find the accurate value of increase in output voltage and increase in efficiency, but due to lack of knowledge, lack of experience, lack of tools, lack of guidance, etc., I am just presenting you the approximate values. Business plan according to me. First, selling new modified generator. If each company buys one generator, Just for understanding the modification, the sales of generator will increase, or the modified generator can also be exported to other countries. Second, modifying the present generators in market, like personal generator consumers, generator renting consumers, hotel generators, etc. Third, modifying the power plants. According to me, modifying the present generators in market is the best because half the profit but 100% success. The presentation ends here, and thank you for putting your kind attention during the presentation.